Hello, Just Too Good here with a LEGO Monster Fighters review. This is the Crazy Scientist and His Monster set from 2012, which retailed for $50, has 430 pieces, and 4 minifigures. It's Halloween, so let's take a look at this spooky set.
So the first minifigure I'll be taking a look at is the monster, which is one of my favorite monsters from this whole line. Great exclusive torso print, great exclusive facial print, and the head mold is the one that was used in Series 4, but with some new printing and I believe coloring. There's no back facial printing, unfortunately, but wow, that face is just too hilarious. I love this top part of the head, which is a great molding, and overall, it's just a great figure in my opinion. And then we have the Crazy Scientist, who is a design that looks pretty darn cool. This face and torso is exclusive to this set to this day, so it's never been reprinted. And you also have this hair piece, which I think was used with Dr. Inferno in this nice gray coloring. And it's a rubber hair piece, so it's not one of my favorites, but it's still pretty cool, as is his little vial piece. Then we have Major Quentin Steele, who has this nice little gun right here, which is a pretty cool mix of some pieces. You have like that, I think that was used in the Dino line. Then we have this little fez hat. It's a pretty nice combination. And for the design of him, he's pretty cool. He's probably my least favorite of the monster fighters themselves. And I think he's one of the hardest to get since he only comes in a $20 set and then this set right here. You can see his face design, though, looks very stern. Then we have Rodney Rathbone, who has this nice rapier and mechanical leg. I love that piece. Nice kind of vest as well, and a fancy bowler hat. He's definitely a product of the, 1930s, I believe?
So there's two main builds of the set. There is this little car right here, and then the actual Crazy Scientist lab. So here is the lab, and of course the main centerpiece of it is this little table right here, which is how the monster gets life brought into him. So this is a whole bunch of play features. The first one is this little part right here, which you could rotate and move the little table up and down, which works pretty darn well. And then there's this part, which is the laser. And if you could see, the laser is actually shooting right now, but since it's daytime, you can't really see it too well. If you turn off these two lights, you could sort of see it a little bit better. But either way, that's a whole play feature. And that works by twisting this moonstone. So when you twist it at this angle, you can see that this little cork right here rotates to the point where it's pushing down on the button for the light brick. Now if you twist it a little bit, it turns off. So as you twist it, you would hold it in place and it'll turn on for the little laser, and then it'll turn off. So it's a really clever little play feature, and I like how the mechanism works out. Now for the rest of this little tower part, it's a bit cramped, but you can see there's these two switches right here. There's one that's red on one side and yellow on the right side. There's a nice sticker for the little laser part, and you could position it up if you want, just a little bit, not too up, but if you push it up like this, it will hit the button a little bit more. But again, that's not really lined up with the monster. I like that sticker though on the 2x4. And on this side right here, it really just uses kind of a castle wall. There's not too much going on there. There's a little bit of a hallway right here. There's a spider web, and then all the way up on this tower right here is where that mechanism comes into play, which of course uses the green moonstone, which the design for that is pretty nice with the lightning kind of shooting down. And also I like these little kind of lasers right here, not really lasers, but little blasts on the side that works out pretty well. There's a little section for scientific discoveries. You have a glow-in-the-dark skeleton head, which is a great piece to get. This little pair of binoculars, which is actually a design for a little bit of a microscope, I believe, a scientific microscope. So that's pretty dope. And also a vial right there. And then you have a glow-in-the-dark rat and a glow-in-the-dark spider, which has this little jail right here. Now the frog and a little rat are kind of blocking it, but you could stick one of the heroes inside there, and there's a play feature to go along with that. But there's really nothing in there except a little bit of a sitting space and a window on both sides. So you got this type of window right here, and then on the back you have this kind of jailish window. Now all the way up on this tower is the final play feature of this part that doesn't use the car, because there is one play feature under here, and that is this little launcher. And you take one of these cylinders, push down on that, and it launches the cylinder. And the play feature used in the car is that you attach this little chain right here, and you hold down to this, and you can see you could break out whoever is inside the cell. So that works out pretty well. So here is the car build, which, I don't know, I think for the most part it's pretty sloppy. I wish it was just done a little bit better. The medium blue is actually one of the parts I do like of the vehicle, because you get a lot of pieces in this nice medium blue color that have not come in that color before or are exclusive to the set. We have this nice 1x4 sticker, and it's not too bad. But then they have this awkward kind of sidecar build, which you push out like this, and the sidecar kind of comes out. There's a flick missile that is associated with it, which I was playing around with earlier. And these flick missiles in general, they just kind of stopped making them. I know there was one that appeared in a set really recently. I was like, whoa, a flick missile? But these were all the rage back in 2012. You push on that, and they go flying. It's kind of lame. Now they have that spring-loaded missile, which I think is a little bit better. But this back area is the one that's used for the chain to pull down the jail back door. I do like kind of the design of this back kind of part. But then we get to the side part, which I don't know. I don't like how they're covering up the wheels, because what happens is they have these awkward tan Technic pins just kind of showing, which looks pretty terrible in my opinion on both sides. It doesn't really match the color scheme of anything. At least with the wheels right here, it's a little bit more hidden, but even then it looks awkward on the wheels as well. The inside of the car could fit about one minifigure, but you do get that extra seat with the sidecar, and also this top roof part right here, which you can see you could fit a minifigure on this side. And then on this side, the right side, they have two more flick missiles, which I'm not even going to demonstrate because you know how they work. Then they have a little satellite right there, and overall it just kind of looks like a mess in my opinion. I like the colors for some parts, but then the colors like the tan just don't work, and it ends up looking very sloppy. Either way, that's it for the builds of the set. Now let's take a look at the packaging and then the final verdict. Here's the front of the box and the back, which seems to have a cool comic right there, which says that the Vampire Castle is not included. And there is two instruction booklets, which at the end of this one, there is this nice kind of advertisement for the rest of the sets, which I have all of them except these two right here. Someday I plan to get them. And the second instruction book seems to have another advertisement at the end, which shows the sets as well, which is a nice little poster, as well as an advertisement for the site, and once again, an advertisement for those sets. So overall, I think like 2/3 of the set is good, which is a playset build, but then 1/3, which is the car build, just looks pretty terrible. So even back then, I was like, I'm not willing to pay $50 for it, and that's why I had to wait so long. Now I paid, what, $70 by getting it so late on eBay. Is it worth it? Well, I like a lot of the minifigures, and I especially love the monster minifigure. I like the light brick, and there's some nice pieces in here, especially the medium blue ones on that crappy looking car. So take that as you will, and please have a happy and safe Halloween, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.